Buckle up. This one's a roller coaster. Whoopi Goldberg, the powerhouse of The View, just found herself at the center of a jaw-dropping $250 million legal storm. Over the weekend, ABC's The View aired without Whoopi, and now we know why. Insiders claim she tried to skip town before things erupted, but authorities weren't having it. Reports say she was stopped cold at the airport, yes, detained. And who's driving this firestorm? Karoline Leavitt. After years of being dragged by The View's self-proclaimed feminist panel, Karoline is clapping back with serious legal firepower. The lawsuit is massive, the drama is real, and Whoopi might be facing the biggest showdown of her career.
They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
So, what exactly is Whoopi being accused of? Why is ABC spiraling into full-blown crisis mode? And could this be the final curtain for The View as we know it? Trust me, you don't want to miss this. But first, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more bombshell updates. Subscribed? Perfect. Let's dive in.
Whoopi Goldberg is on thin ice to the point where they're actually coming out with a new promo for The View. I know that show that we can't stand to watch because, you know, she does things like this. She spits when she says the president's name.
Listen, take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Yes.
He knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean
he rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just.
But can I mention one thing? Because
All right, let's unpack the drama. For years, Whoopi Goldberg and The View crew have made a habit of tearing down conservative voices, mocking, dismissing, and dragging anyone who dares to challenge their narrative. But this time, they picked the wrong woman. It all started when Whoopi launched into Karoline Leavitt with wild, defamatory claims. So outrageous. Karoline had no choice but to hit back and hit back hard.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about that.
And fight back she did. Karoline hit Whoopi in The View with a jaw-dropping $250 million defamation lawsuit, accusing them of spreading vicious lies to destroy her reputation. Whoopi's response: she laughed it off like it was a punchline. But ABC wasn't laughing, not even close. Behind closed doors, execs were scrambling, sponsors were panicking, and legal analysts were already calling it one of the most explosive courtroom showdowns in daytime TV history. But then things went completely off the rails, because here's where it gets wild.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering, ABC's in a lot of trouble. She's a problem. You got Brendan Carr on there, you know what. He's coming for him. He's restored all these bias complaints against the likes of ABC and NBC and CBS, and he's actually threatening that they may not allow for the affiliations at all those local stations for ABC all across the country, so much so that he sent a letter to one Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney. Disney is the owner of ABC News, which runs The View. And so now, interestingly, there's a new show for The View coming out on weekends, Whoopi, because you just can't get enough of it. But one Whoopi is not even in it. Not in it at all.
As the legal firestorm intensified, whispers began swirling. Whoopi Goldberg was quietly plotting a one-way exit out of the country. Yep, you heard that right. According to reports, she was caught at the airport attempting to board a flight to Europe, in what many are calling a desperate move to escape the fallout before the lawsuit went public. But here's the kicker. Authorities were ready. TSA and federal agents allegedly intercepted Whoopi right at the gate, shutting down her getaway before it could even begin. Within minutes, chaos erupted online. Photos and videos of the airport standoff spread like wildfire, and social media exploded with one burning question. Was Whoopi really trying to flee her own mess? Meanwhile, ABC plunged into full-blown crisis mode.
You know, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Sources inside ABC say executives are in full-blown panic mode. And honestly, who can blame them? This isn't just a scandal. It's the scandal. A $250 million lawsuit, airport detention drama, and The View's credibility unraveling in real time. Behind closed doors, top brass are reportedly torn between two brutal options. Cut Whoopi loose to contain the fallout or gamble everything and risk losing advertisers, viewers, and what's left of their reputation. Let's be real. ABC's already on shaky ground. Ratings are down, audiences are tuning out, and sponsors are backpedaling fast. This lawsuit? It's pure gasoline on an already burning dumpster fire. One insider even claims the network has begun drafting a termination plan. Yep, Whoopi could be on the chopping block very soon. And Karoline Leavitt? She's not flinching, not one bit.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Boom. She's got more.
I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office, or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country.
Bang! In a searing statement, Karoline Leavitt came out swinging, and she didn't mince words. For too long, mainstream media has slandered and attacked conservatives with no accountability. Well, that ends now. I will not be silent while my name is dragged to the mud by people who pretend to stand for women's rights. Only if you agree with them. Brutal, powerful, and her supporters? Fired up. Many are calling this lawsuit a major turning point. A wake-up call for media figures who've gotten away with too much for too long. With ABC already teetering, this might just be the final blow that forces a network to finally clean house. So here's the real question. Is this the beginning of the end for The View? Now it's your turn. Was Whoopi Goldberg really trying to skip town to dodge the lawsuit? Will ABC finally crack down on the toxic culture behind the scenes? And is Karoline Leavitt's lawsuit the spark that changes everything? Sound off in the comments. And before you bounce, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more no-holds-barred updates and behind-the-scenes bombshells.